Back in the locker room, Tunch and Wolf, as we shift gears towards boxing, and joining us tonight, IBA super featherweight champion. I couldn't wait to say it. Champion of the world.
Very good.
Monty Meza-Clay and his trainer Tom Yankello. Thanks for joining us, guys. We got a world champion.
It is great, man. I'm excited that you're here. And Tommy, of course.
Tommy, good to see you, buddy.
You here.
Good to see you. Now you got a big fight coming up. Monty, tell us about it.
May 11th. Next week, next Friday. At Heinz Field at the Coca-Cola Great Hall.
How about that?
Oh man, huge. It's been a long time coming. It's finally here. You know, I couldn't wait to fight here in my city, and it's here, May 11th.
Monty, you've been fighting a number of years, 24-1.
Yeah.
Now your opponent is Tommy. Get his name again.
He's Carlos Contreras.
Okay.
He was the 122-pound world champion at one time, about 3 or 4 years ago, and he's a top-notch caliber guy. He's going to be coming to win. It's going to be the guy's a tough guy. Every time he fights, it's a barn burner. He fights he wants to put the fight in a phone booth, and Monty don't take a backward step. So we got.
No, you don't. I noticed that about you. You don't go backwards.
Bob and
very
weave.
Well. You are definitely.
Bob
you got no
weave.
French tank in you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's straight ahead.
What they say in football?
What's that?
Forward progress. Right?
Yeah, forward progress. You're reestablishing the line of scrimmage as you go. Monty, where did you develop your boxing style? Because it's very, very unique.
I credit a lot of my football. I'll say football. You football.
That's because we're talking football before.
I credit a lot of my style definitely to my trainer. You know, he put me together. He seen what it took. You know, that's what's unique about Tommy Yankello is he doesn't train every fighter the same way. He seen what it was going to take for me to become world champion, and we worked on it. We studied hard. I mean, we got multiple hours in the gym, multiple days, weeks, months, years in the gym. So I credit a lot of definitely to him.
Now, this is interesting because, of course, you were also the trainer for Paul Spadafora through much of his world championship run.
Right.
Now, you're known as, with Paul, you developed a lot of defensive style, old school stuff. What about him? Because he doesn't seem the heck with defense. Let me just throw the left or right. That's the way Monty is.
Well, you know what? He's aggressive with his. He's very aggressive, but there is a science, really. I mean, if you're a true boxing fan, a true student of the game, you'll see a great science to Monty. I mean, he fights like some of the old school guys, like Henry Armstrong. He's a version of a smaller Joe Frazier. But unlike Paul Spadafora, Calvin Brock, some of these guys, the guys that I've trained, Calvin for the heavyweight championship, Paul for the world title. Monty has that style where it's mano y mano, also, like you say, and he's trying to impose his will on his opponent, and a lot of these guys can't take the pressure that he puts on them because
it's some pressure.
Now, is he all right weight-wise? Because I was just watching him eat some sandwiches out there.
You're busting him to his trainer. That's wrong.
You weren't here, and the only reason I told you that was because Wolf wanted the sandwich.
We're taking care of him. We want to make sure he said, I'm supposed to be eating now.
He said, I'm supposed to be eating now.
Yeah, it was a good sandwich, though. It was tuna, some turkey.
He told me it was just plain turkey.
Yeah.
No meat, potatoes.
With
no bread,
grease and gravy and French fries and coleslaw there. No, he did good. So, what kind of shape? You look like you're in great shape.
I am. Some of the best shape I've been. I say that every fight, but I get in greater shape each fight. I get in better shape each fight. I'm weighing 130.
30 days.
And
before the sandwich.
Yeah, and I've never been this close to my weight this far away from the fight, so I made it. It's a lifestyle for me now. I've trained in between time, I kept running. I just boxing, and I maintained my weight. I'm proud of myself.
That's beautiful.
Because
Monty, tell me what it's like to walk in an arena, in a venue, and have thousands of people there. It's not like when Tunch and I took the field. You got 44 other guys that are hitting the field. Right. You go out, with the 10 other your buds.
Right.
Man, you're going
Except
up there.
Wolf ran out there with the toilet paper stuck to his suit.
Yeah, that was rather embarrassing. It was a whole incident we don't want to talk about right now. Talk about what it's like to make that walk, go up those stairs, and get in between those ropes. It's unbelievable.
It's unexplainable. It's a feeling like I really can't. You have to be a fighter to understand it, and you have to be a fighter of my caliber to understand it. All those people come to see just me. And, it was something I dreamed about years ago. I've been fighting 10 years now. Paul won the title in 1999. When I saw him win that world title, that's when I knew this is what I wanted to do. So it took from, 99 2007. It's a long time coming, man, but I stuck to it, you know, and I made it happen. You know, I'm here now.
Tommy, I want to ask you, as a trainer for Monty, can you tell when he's on or not on, you know, as you're preparing for a fight? You know, because a lot of times during the week, and I can compare this to football, you know, you're practicing and you think, man, I'm doing great, and then you go out and lay an egg on Sunday. And sometimes in your training, you know, everything's going good, and then maybe the fight didn't go as well, or your training camp wasn't all that great, and you go out and just tear him up. Can you tell if he's on?
Yeah, I definitely can tell if he's on, and you know, where he's at his best is when he has a big fight in front of him, and he knows it's a big fight. You know, the higher the level, the best that Monty comes. You know, the best out of everything that Monty does in the gym. You know, he takes it to another level when he knows that it's time to go to that other level. You know, so he's that kind of guy. I mean, he's a game time player. There's no doubt. I mean, he's one of the, you know, I would say anybody that I've trained, I mean, there's nobody that's a game time player better than this guy right here. I mean, he comes to fight, not to fight.
Tommy, what's the relationship like? Maybe both of you guys can talk to this. You know, in team sports, you got a coach coaching a bunch of guys. In boxing, it's one-on-one. What does that make your relationship like?
It's definitely.
Did you see that pause?
I know they're both thinking. I'm gonna tell you like this. I tell you like this. This is my man. This is my man. I love Tom. You know, we work good together. We do, man. We work good. We got a great relationship. It's not a father-son. It's like it's a big brother, little brother, boy, same. You know what I mean? That's my. You know, I respect. He respect me. I respect him.
Right.
You dig? And you couldn't ask for anything better. You couldn't ask for. I plan on riding. I tell you this now, but I plan on riding with you the whole way, man.
Did you see Tommy got red when I asked that question? I mean, because it's a different. There's an intimacy. There's a closeness that happens.
Especially when you go up to camp. Yeah. You're up in California.
You know, when Chuck when we would screw up, Chuck would look at us and shake his head and would say, "That's."
He was so disgusted, especially when he was screwing up.
I mean, it's a lot more of an intimate relationship.
Right, yeah.
I mean. You know, a lot of times I like to say that, you know, I got 7 or 8 fighters, almost like having 7 or 8 girlfriends.
Right.
You know, because they all want a certain amount.
Can't you say sons or something?
That's right. Go 7 or 8 sons. I like the sound of that better.
My 3 sons turns into my 7 or 8 sons.
Right. I mean, there's sometimes, you know, it's.
But it is a lot of what you got to build confidence. I mean,
sure.
Because you can talk. I mean, some of these fighters, are they all as tough as they say, Monty, or do they get? Hey, Tommy, I don't feel very confident right now.
A lot of them be like, man, look, I'll pull all of them record, you know.
So how much film do you guys watch together? How much tape do you watch getting ready for a fight?
I tell you, we believe in what we do. We watch a little bit of film. I'll more or less watch the film of the guy he's fighting.
Right.
I come up with a strategy.
Okay, so you.
Sometimes I don't like him to watch the film because sometimes he can underestimate a guy just by looking because he's a very confident guy. So I'm coming up with a game plan. He has confidence in just leaving that up to me, and I watch more film than he does. But what we do is we watch a lot of film of old-time guys. Different
or
styles.
himself.
Right.
Or himself.
Myself.
And critique what he's doing, what we have to improve in. We want to come into the ring bulletproof and let the guy deal with what.
So do you lie to him and say, "This guy is great. You better get ready"?
He can't answer that now.
This guy's a killer.
You know, when they tell me that they tell me that, you know, prepare the same, for each fight the same way, you know, hard. Prepare hard, but look, they don't know. But when they tell me this guy is going to be this guy is going to be that, I really don't like it. But I use it to my advantage, you know, to work that much harder. But I really don't like it.
See, there's a lot of guys that he's fought now. He has that experience, and a lot of times what I tell him is, this guy is in that caliber. He's in the caliber of, you fought this guy, and you knew that was it was a tough fight. A guy came to fight, and this is what you're looking. You're fighting this kind of caliber. Like I told him, I said, this guy's somebody that, you know, you come in your A game, you're going to beat him. You know, he can beat anybody. I really truly believe at 130, 126 pounds, Monty's one of the best fighters in the world, if not the best. And in due time, he will be the best within 6 months to a year. Definitely at 126 and 130. At 35, eventually we'll go up to that weight class. But right now, he's without a doubt one of the best. I mean, he is a title holder. He has one of the probably the major 5 world championship titles that are out there. And you know, like I said, I tell him, like, okay, you're going to fight a guy that's the caliber of a Shamir Reyes, who he's fought, or Freddie Neal. He had a 9 round stop the guy in the 9th, and he fought 12 rounds against Shamir Reyes. So he knows the caliber kind of guy he's going to fight. I come up with the game plan, And he knows to be prepared when I say you're going to fight this caliber kind of guy. So he knows that he has to be ready.
Well, thanks for joining us. That's next Saturday night, Heinz Field.
Next Friday.
Next Friday night. Friday the 11th at Heinz Field.
Coca-Cola
All
Great
you
Hall.
Monty Meza-Clay fans, come out there and support your Pittsburgh homeboy. And also, Tommy Yankello, thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited about it. Good luck to you. Great to have you.
He's had more concussions than I have.
Yes, yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to close out the show right here in the locker room.